Welcome back to Boy Band Break, where we encourage you to take a break from your day and join us in some boy band conversation. As always, my name's Diane.
I'm Chinzia.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Lydia, aka Mama Lou.
Welcome back.
Do you enjoy reality television? Because we do.
Yay!
Woo!
I would like to be on reality television. One day I will. One day I will make
I
it.
told you should go on Big Brother Canada, but
I applied seriously, and then I've never watched Big Brother before ever. So then afterwards, I was after I submitted my application, I started researching, and I'm like, oh god, I hope they don't call me back. Oh my god.
That was also when we auditioned for Wipeout.
Yeah, we did.
You were also like, yeah, this is fun, and then you watch the show, and you're like, no.
You know what it is? It's from my research, I still have not watched Big Brother yet. I need to. From my research,
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, the majority of winners are men because men are too stupid to understand things, because the women get all worked up in their the psychological, they get they start doing mental gymnastics, and the men are just do I'm living my life, everything's great. So
they're more cold and heartless as well. So as a woman, you inevitably end up feeling like, oh, I can't screw over whoever, and then
sorry, it's freezing up, you guys.
Oh, there you go. Okay, you good? Okay. Yeah, you're better. So, sorry. Sorry. Go ahead, D.
So as a woman, you end up bonding with these people and then feeling bad about screwing them over, whereas men are like, I want to win.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But also, last time you made this claim, I googled it and it was wrong.
Yes, you did say that. Yes, but then so that must have been new information.
But it's not like a woman has never won.
No,
it's
no.
like a 55-45 or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
So majority.
Which is
of the
not
time,
bad
men win,
percentage-wise. That's not bad.
Yeah,
On Canada, especially.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
I feel like America is a little more, Euro.
Male dominated.
White male dominated.
Cis white male. Yeah, sure. So that's why. So yeah, if you guys know of any castings, let your boy know, because I will gladly make an ass of myself on national television for money. Absolutely.
You did.
Why not, right?
National television once.
Only once. I was on Zoint season 1, episode 5. I was a sock puppeteer, and I got slimed by a bunch of children. So if you ever want to check that out,
That sounds like so much fun.
I got paid $60 for my dry cleaning bill. So really, I feel like that's a paid gig. So
Plus, it made you super cool with your cousin. Who
yeah,
was
my
in
cousin.
elementary school.
My
at the
cousin
time.
thought I was super cool.
She's like, that's my cousin.
But
She's been flying.
it did not last long. But anyways, enough about me. D, what's the episode about today?
As we were saying, reality TV. Some of our boy band faves have, signed up to do some reality TV shows, which we appreciate. What?
Because it gives us content.
And they're happening at the same time, so we get 2-for-1 boy banders.
See?
Sure.
Double the fun. Double the fun.
Also,
Who
you
are
know what I
these?
just remembered?
Oh yeah.
That AJ's doing that fashion South Africa shit. I
Yeah.
don't know if we're going to be able to actually watch that.
Wait,
I thought it was
say
like
again.
a world
What
thing,
is this?
wasn't it?
What?
Isn't it like a worldwide thing, but it's just happening?
It's happening in South Africa. I don't exactly know what it
I
is.
can't remember what it's called.
Okay, so wait.
I don't remember.
Recap.
Is it
of what exactly is happening
So it's a singing competition?
No, it's
No,
a
it's
fashion competition.
Oh, okay.
in South Africa?
It's some fashion competition. It's happening in South Africa, and AJ is like the host. He's like the Julie
wow.
Chen, or the,
Okay.
on this Howie show, he's like the Twitch.
Oh wow, interesting. Okay.
So he'll be on every episode. I suppose with these other two shows, we have to worry about them getting kicked off, and then it's all over. But,
Yeah,
if you're the host of the show, you can't get kicked off.
that's true.
Yeah.
Unless you do some sort of sexual.
Wasn't it on
allegations.
Access TV or something? We couldn't get it?
I have
That was the
no
Jack
idea.
Jones
Oh, okay.
Okay.
thing.
I don't know.
Host.
I thought it was on some channel we didn't get.
That was the ABC boy band holiday.
Oh.
That one took forever to get. Luckily, Robin, shout out to Robin and soap making. Our fan Robin was able to hook us up. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Also, check out her soaps. She makes lovely soaps.
Yes.
Anyways, so it's good when our boy banders are employed because we like them. Also, the good thing about being on reality TV is that you get a new pool of people to love the guy we're already loving. So
that's true. New fans can exist
Don't take
from
them
this.
away from us, though.
Exactly.
That's right. They were ours first.
Yeah.
So, which one do you? Don't worry about this AJ thing. There's nothing to say. It hasn't even started.
Now she's invested. But
Now
let's continue.
The deep dive now.
Yeah, Jen's gonna keep researching.
Do you want to start with the Dirty Dancing thing, or do you want to?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So do you want me to share the article and we can read it? Okay, so I'm just going to share an article on the screen. It's a very good recap, so we're just going to read through it and then we're just going to add our thoughts if anything's missing, okay?
It's from TV Line, right?
You got
the Fashion Hero TV series. A new kind of beautiful all the way from South Africa. So he posted that December 1st that he was filming this. So he's going to be like the host of this.
But it's starting soon. Like he's going to film it soon.
Casting.
Oh, they're casting.
He posted like a picture of him working out, and he's like, in a week or so, I'm going to South Africa.
Yes, there's been several TikToks.
That's kind of cool. I mean, like,
enter the world's newest TV competition series, changing the image of beauty.
Ooh.
Does it have a channel?
No, it doesn't really say.
Well, we wouldn't.
But I believe the whole point of it is that like regular people can be fashion icons or something. I think that's
finally. Why don't I
This
live
is
in
your
South
chance.
Africa? No,
Son of a bitch.
I know.
Anyway, so that's gonna come up. We'll try to figure that out later. But currently, right now, there are two. We mentioned that there's two shows. We have Howie D from the Backstreet Boys on The Real Dirty Dancing. And then we have Kirkpatrick from NSYNC on Celebrity Big Brother. So we're going to talk about The Real Dirty Dancing.
Fun.
Okay, so here is the article that you cannot see. Can you guys see on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, is it okay if I read it?
So sure, you could read it. So Diane, Sophia, and I all watched this. I attempted to get Lydia over to watch it this week, but she did not have time to watch it.
I did not have time.
So
sorry.
Lucky for you. Spoiler alert, he was not eliminated, so there's going to be additional episodes with Howie, so you can come and catch up.
Woohoo!
Okay, so this is from tvline.com. The title is called The Real Dirty Dancing Premiere. Did you have the time of your life? And this is by Andy Swift, and
I saw a few people make this comment on Twitter.
Okay. So, I mean, like, this is kind of, I mean, this looks like...
Did you have the time of your life?
No, I mean, like, looking sexy already sound good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, more than 30 years after the release of the iconic film Dirty Dancing, and just 4 years after the equally iconic, for very different reasons, musical version on ABC.
Why was that? I don't get that.
I feel like the consensus was that it was really shit.
I also don't recall it happening.
Because it was really shit.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Bizarre ending. Okay, no. Okay, we're not going to spoil it for you guys. Okay, anyways, okay. Yeah, long story short, people did not like it, from what I gather. Anyways, 8 celebrities have been summoned to the real-life Kellerman's Mountain House to follow in Johnny and Baby's footsteps.
That's so cool that they actually went to the real place.
It's the real place that they did. And Enrico actually went there.
Oh my God, this is a real place?
Yeah, that was really cool.
But it's technically, I don't think it's actually called Kellerman's. I think it's just called Mountain Lake Lodge.
Oh, okay.
And when Rico did that very brief stint working in the States,
went for horse racing, yes.
They got to go here. I don't know if they worked here or they just went for the day or
you're
something.
Right. I forgot about that. Okay.
I forgot about that as well.
All right, so they were summoned to the
Rico is our brother, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, we don't talk about him much on this podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't need
Anyways, yeah, it's okay. All right. Okay. Kellerman's Mountain House to follow in Johnny and Baby's footsteps.
What state is it in again?
I will Google it for you because Chinla needs to know.
It's right there. It just says.
It is located in Virginia.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay. It's in America. All right.
Well, if we're ever in the area.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Road trip.
Yeah. And there you have the premise of The Real Dirty Dancing, presumably Fox's answers to the Olympics, which premiered on Tuesday night. Half dance competition and half warm blanket. Oh, this guy's It's
I
a
think
real-
this is not as so much a recap as an opinion piece, but we'll continue
Yeah,
on.
I agreed. Okay. It's a real treat for super fans of the classic Patrick Stewart, Jennifer.
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick.
Crazy.
Really? Is this some sort of Star Trek Dirty Dancing? Dirty Dancing in space?
I wish. Oh my god. I would love that.
That could be an
I would-
interesting
oh.
show in space.
Sorry.
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze. Sorry, any Patrick I see is automatically a Patrick Stewart. My bad. My eyes
Patrick the
rolled right over.
Starfish
Patrick the Starfish?
from
Never.
SpongeBob.
No. Sorry, when I think of sexy, I don't think of SpongeBob. I thought of Patrick Stewart. If Patrick Stewart was holding me like this, oh! Okay. But anyways, that's another story.
Okay.
Back to our me reading like shit. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
It's a real treat for super fans of the classic Patrick Swayze / Jennifer Grey. I was going to say Jennifer Gardner.
Grey.
Oh my god, it starts with a G.
Yes. Patrick Stewart and Jennifer Gardner have Dirty Dancing in Space, guys. That's the newest show.
Oh,
I knew Macaulay is.
I mean, green light that movie.
yeah.
You know, it's suggestions just come out of.
Okay, sorry.
See?
Okay, for the Jennifer Grey film. For the rest of us, it's just another way to pass the unknowable time we have remaining on this earthly planet. Either way, we're here for it. Oh man.
Can I just pause for 1 second? So when I was looking this up, it was very hard to find any information about this at all. Like it was very bare bones. Like this is happening. This is whatever. So when I tried Wikipediaing it, I couldn't find it. But it actually is not the first time they've done this. They've done this. I want to say Australia.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So then I was looking at that, and there was also with this, there are 8 celebrities for like a month or whatever. And then they recapped the first 2 episodes, and whoever was fixing the Wikipedia didn't even bother with the rest of the season.
Wow.
Didn't even say who won. Or
Wow.
anything. Not that it matters because I didn't recognize any of the people, but I just thought it was really funny. I was just like, wow, this person gave up halfway through as well. So
Fair enough.
Anyway.
Okay, so maybe.
that was 2 years ago.
Okay.
Or no, it was in 2019 when they did that.
Was
one.
it?
So it must
Oh.
have just pre-pandemic.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
All right, let's continue on. As with most celebrity competition shows, the disparity in dancing experience between the contestants is staggering. On one hand, you have the real co-host Lonnie Love, who claims she hasn't danced since 1993. Who's Lonnie Love?
That
is the one
lady,
up-
the black
scroll
one
up.
at the top.
Oh, this lady.
Yes,
Okay.
the first lady.
Okay. And the other, you have High School Musical star Corbin Bleu.
Yes.
Which, by the way, Mom thought his name was Cordon Bleu.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was just like, yes,
this-
no.
That's hilarious.
That is Corbin Bleu on the other one.
This one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He is.
Okay.
He's the one who had like the fun hair in High School Musical.
Oh, cute.
Yes.
Who I personally watched tap dance upside down in Broadway's Kiss Me Kate a few years ago. Okay.
How do you tap dance upside down?
Probably bars?
Harness, I guess.
Yeah, it could be harness, yeah. Okay. There is also a range of general excitement about Dirty Dancing as a concept. Celebrity chef Kat Cora. Okay, so we're just gonna, you know what? We're just gonna quickly just Google these people. Okay, this person.
She's a celebrity chef.
She's
Okay.
a celebrity chef.
Okay. For example, it says that watching Baby pursue a forbidden relationship with Johnny gave her the courage to come out as a lesbian.
She's
Oh.
a lesbian. Yes.
Okay, interesting.
I can't remember how many kids they said that her and her wife have. Is it 4 or 6 boys? It's a lot
Okay.
of boys.
Okay, good. All right. On the other end of the spectrum, former Bachelorette romancer Tyler Cameron. Gonna quickly Google.
He's the other guy at the top.
Oh, yeah. No, he's definitely a top. Okay. All right.
Okay. Diane,
Okay.
did you watch his season?
He was not the Bachelor, but he was. I watched the season he was on. Yes,
Oh,
of
okay.
course I did.
Did you feel he was a nice guy or a douche?
No, he's not a douche. He's very nice.
Okay.
He seemed like a douche. What I will say about Tyler is that I don't know. You guys don't really watch The Bachelor, but for those of you who watch The Bachelor and all Bachelor-related shows, you know how in the first episode they they don't show all the people. They show like a section of the people, and they all have like their little shtick, like I'm a teacher and I'm a this, you know.
I'm a
And-
douche.
No, they never show the models because that's too
Yeah.
boring. So they have to give them some other weird made-up job.
Retail
And-
supervisor.
I'm a butterfly specialist.
Yeah, like they give them really weird fucking jobs.
Okay.
And he was a dancing construction worker, which was hilarious.
What?
And then he's like at a construction site, like fucking dancing.
Oh my god, that's
And
funny.
he's just like, oh my god, what the hell? And then
Wow.
we're just like, oh no, the dancing construction worker. But then he
Wow.
actually turned out to be very nice.
See, my
and-
mind, when you said
and-
dancing construction worker, I thought he was a stripper who dressed as
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was just
Maybe I'm-
dancing at a construction site.
He's got tape measure.
gonna do
Yeah.
this.
He had like a hard hat and a vest on, and he was like,
See, I'm picturing him with shorts and no shirt.
Yeah.
no, he had like regular clothes on.
Okay.
So then I guess that shit works for this show.
See?
Yes.
Oh.
And also, fun fact.
Yes.
So everyone loved him and like kind of wanted him to be the Bachelor, but then there was like because that was Hannah B's season, and then she like picked a guy who was a douche, and then
As
she was they were kind of, her and Tyler were kind of rumored to be dating, but nobody was really sure. And that was also when they were like, "Boo, you should pick a black Bachelor." So Matt James, who they did pick, was Tyler's best friend. Or is
Oh.
Tyler's best friend, not was.
Cool.
There's two different, as far as I know.
show
Well,
or
I'd
real
say it
life?
was. You take
Not
the
on the
name.
show, in real life. In real life.
Oh, interesting.
So
Cool.
Matt was never on the show, but Tyler like vouched for him, I guess.
Okay. So they like
Interesting.
introduce them, maybe, be like, hey, this
Yeah.
guy's cool.
He's black and attractive and would like to be on this show.
Oh goodness. Okay. Okay.
Interesting. Okay, so
Do they ever stay together? Like, what's the percentage of staying together on The Bachelor?
not hot.
Not great.
that great.
No.
I want to say like 10 or 20%.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's
all
pretty
right.
bad.
It's a TV show.
I
It's
know,
not
it's
real.
Ryan is still there.
But it
Tristan and
should
Ryan
be.
are still together.
Who?
I believe.
Some of them are still together, yeah,
Yeah.
but not very much. Most of them are not.
Did what's her name in Taxi? Tasha and Taxi.
They broke up.
No.
Like,
Okay.
his name was Zach C, but Dad thought the
His
guy
name was
said
Taxi,
Taxi. He's like,
yeah.
who
Yes,
the
I
fuck
remember
would
this
name of their
story.
son a Taxi?
Okay. All right. So to continue. Okay. On the other end of the spectrum, the Bachelorette romancer Tyler Cameron seems like he's probably only seen it once. Perhaps shortly after hearing about the existence of this reality show.
He's also like in his 20s. Like, why would he have watched Dirty Dancing?
Yeah,
Like,
good
this
point.
guy, he's
True.
like borderline Gen Z.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
Okay, pause.
Okay.
As of December 23rd, 25 couples were still together.
Out of how many?
What?
I don't know.
Oh, 100? You think more than 100?
Let's be
It's
honest.
got to be in the 100 range.
Okay.
I don't know. 24.
Because then there's like, you also got to figure that like on Bachelor in Paradise, there's like a bunch of couples. So like,
Percent of Bachelor couples
you know,
together.
they have 3 seasons a year, but then Bachelor in Paradise comes out with multiple couples.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. All right. While Chinley's still researching, I'm going to continue.
So the Bachelorette has a better success rate, 30%,
Yes.
and Bachelor is only 11%.
Oh, ouch.
And then in this article, it says only 14 couples are still together out of 25 seasons of The Bachelor and 17 seasons of The Bachelorette. So
Wow.
They're probably including Bachelor in Paradise in the other one.
Maybe.
oh,
Yeah,
that's true. It
you're
could
probably
be in
right,
the
yeah.
24. Yeah. So yes. So yeah.
May I continue?
Very interesting information there.
Thank you, Chinzia. Host Twitch wasted no time. Host Twitch.
Twitch.
Twitch
Which is the host.
Is this
From
He's from-
Ellen.
Yes, he's from Ellen. DJ Twitch.
DJ Twitch? Okay, hold on. Okay, sorry. DJ Twitch HOTUS. Oh, this guy. Okay.
His name is Stephen Voss.
I see. Okay. Stephen with a PH. All right.
And they spell Twitch wrong in the article. He capitalizes the W and not the T.
That's why. Okay. Okay. Host Twitch wasted no time turning up the pressure, making everyone carry watermelons down the. Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so essentially when they first started, they were all in the cars getting to the resort, so they're
Yeah.
in like old timey cars.
Cute.
And they would put like two girls in each car and 2 boys in each car. And
Cute.
they get there and they're all like,
Yeah.
So they meet them, and then Twitch is there, and then he's like, okay, let's do the watermelon thing.
Yeah. So if you never watched Dirty Dancing, there's a part where she helps the guy bring a watermelon into a
Johnny's
party.
cousin,
Yes.
Billy,
Yeah.
bring watermelons up
A flight of stairs.
to the staff area.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
he's trying to carry 3 of them, so he can't do it, so then she takes 1.
So he carries 2, she carries 1. What a time to be had. Okay, so this is why watermelons is even making a thing.
That is right.
Okay. All right, host Twitch wastes no time turning up the pressure, making everyone carry watermelons down to the famed staff quarters, then ambushing them with a test to see what kind of movies they're working with. Moves they're working with.
It was pretty entertaining because
Yeah.
they walk in and all these people are like sexily dancing.
Nice.
And they're like, okay, now it's your turn. And they're like, what? Like, you're not going to show us how to do anything yet? They're like, no. So, yeah. So then,
Yeah, no choreography. Just go ahead.
So then all the dancers leave the room and they're like, okay, here you go. Go for it.
Okay. The modest stars were hesitant at first, but rest assured, the vibe went from Peanuts dance party to True Blood orgy in absolute no time.
Because a few of them are married, right? So they're like, oh, I don't know if I want to like go all in.
Which I also feel like is really bizarre for you to sign up for a show that's literally called Dirty Dancing.
Correct.
Yeah.
There's obviously going to be some uncomfortable like closeness.
That's a conversation you have with your spouse before you apply.
Actually, I feel
for
like
the
most
casting.
of them were married now that I think about it. I think there was only a few single ones. Tyler's single. Howie's married. I think
Bree is married.
Yeah, so. Did they even say all the names of all the people? Oh, it's going to get there. Okay.
Okay. As love crawled, I was bumping and grinding on everybody. The boys, the girls. I was probably even doing the wall too.
She definitely was going everywhere.
Okay. That's right. This depraved act got the house involved. Is there even a word for that? There is. People fall in love with objects. There's a lady, guys, when you have time, like it's gonna blow your mind. On YouTube, look up the lady who's in love with a roller coaster. It's the most crazy shit you've ever seen in your life.
There's also that lady.
So what do you mean like love? Like they love?
Like love. Like,
and there's the guy who married his car.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's always like those kind of people.
I find that it's normally in the UK for some reason, or maybe they're the only ones who are actually making
Are
these
they
videos.
crazy in the UK?
You know what? Honestly, I think just the BBC or whoever makes these videos just.
Yes.
like,
Oh yeah,
that's why
fair.
it's more like
Fair,
they're just
fair.
kind of like but I've definitely seen a lady who loves chandeliers. Another one who
So they're obsessed with items.
Yeah, they're
Anyways.
in love with items. So that is a thing. Look up the roller coaster lady. You'll blow your mind.
The swimming pool lady was also weird.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You know, whatever. It's a thing. Anywho, that's
Anyways.
not what this show is
No,
about.
not what this episode's about. Okay. After that bit of Dirty Dancing, I get the title now. Twitch announced the pairs he selected for the first challenge.
That's right. He actually put the pairs together.
Smart.
Yes.
Him and the producers.
Okay. Cameron and Love, Blue and Cora, former NFL pro Antonio Gates, and WWE superstar Brie Bella, and Backstreet Boy Howie D, and comedian
It's Angela.
Angela.
I know. It's spelled weird.
Okay. Joe.
And she said that she's a big Backstreet Boys fan when she was younger. She was fangirling.
Yes.
Very excited.
Good.
So she was on Mad TV as Bone Kwee.
If that means anything to you. I don't know what it is. Some of the pairs, like Cameron and Love, had instant chemistry. Correct me if I'm wrong. But was his little bachelor responsible for that hilariously awkward moment? But others, like Duro and Johnson Reyes, could have used a little more time to practice before the main event. Duro already seemed defeated in rehearsal and made me sad to hear that he thinks people don't know who he is outside the group. Psst.
I know. Why does he always think this?
So I think it's also because he has that song "Who Am I" on his album. Remember?
Yes.
To which
Yes.
one
He
am
said,
I?
I'm not the blonde one. I'm not the one with the tattoos. I'm Howie D. Is what he said in this.
And then I don't know, like the way that he was like talking, he's like, "I'm Howie D," and then it made me think of Chinzy every time she like makes fun of his voice.
I do not make fun of his voice. I love Howie, my little Howito.
Okay, sorry, doesn't make fun, but
When I try to recap something that Howie has said, and then they were always like, he does not speak that high, and I'm like, it's just, that's how Howie is.
and then he did.
And then he did, so I was just like, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, and then I was like, I thought of you right away, Chinzy.
Thanks.
All right. And then this lady goes, I don't know who writes it, a lady or a dude, I'm not sure. Says, psst, he was secretly my favorite BSB. Aw.
Aww.
At least these people knew he was in the Backstreet Boys. I'm just
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
All right, now here's where we have a difference of opinion. After watching each other dance in pairs, everyone voted for the best baby and Johnny of the week. Cora as top baby, absolutely deserved. The 54-year-old mother of 6 claimed to be dancing for the first time, and I loved watching her get emotional over the experience. Well, if she's a mother of 6, she knows how to dirty dance.
She's the lesbian one.
Yes.
Yes.
Also that.
So they have 6 boys.
Yes.
She's won like Iron Chef and Top Chef and all that. So she's like,
Okay.
Oh my gosh, great.
yes.
I'm just gonna
Anyways,
stop
she was,
talking.
yes. I didn't think she was the best dancer specifically, but I also realized the reasoning for it is that she seemed the most like awkward at the beginning and stuff and not as comfortable with it. And I think that, especially because this was the first dance, that she kind of embodied baby's experience
Yes.
going through.
Yes.
I see. Okay. And then, but Cameron as Johnny over Blue? No, sir. To misquote an iconic film, no one puts Blue Bee in the corner.
Actually, I thought Cordon Bleu was really good. What did you think, guys?
I thought he was really good too. I thought he may have gotten it,
Yeah.
but Tyler's not bad either.
Tyler
I thought he
was
did
pretty
good
good. He
too.
wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
It could have been.
Yeah. For this particular dance, they all actually had different songs from the movie that they were dancing to, and they had to go and practice in the gazebo is where they practiced the day before. And Howie and the girl had like a bit of a thing, and there was like a lift he was gonna not.
Oh my God! Did you see that lift?
Do they all
They
do that
didn't
lift?
all do a lift. No.
No.
But so he went to go do this like lift, but then he went to go lift her up, and then did not get her high enough. He just like had his arm between her leg trying to. And it just,
Yeah, I was like, wow, buddy.
like in the practice, it was higher, but in that it wasn't. So,
that's too bad.
but for the most part, the dance was pretty good.
I think because he was nervous to do the lift, and he just like, yeah, he missed out on doing it.
And then they had like some of them did like some flips and stuff. Like there was like some good dances going on there. But the interesting part is that they actually had to vote for each other.
Yes.
So they were the ones.
Okay.
So like four.
So
of them
the guys
together.
voted,
So the
yeah.
guys voted for the girl, and the girls voted for the guy.
Okay, that's fair. That's
Yeah.
I was just like, well, if this is your partner, wouldn't it be just easy to just kind of like just pick your partner and move on? But again, the show concept doesn't really make sense, so I'm not sure if they're stuck with this partner the whole time. It
Don't
does
think
not
so.
sound that way.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think they're gonna switch it up in the next episode. It looks like.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so then this finishes off with, and there you have week 1 of The Real Dirty Dancing. Would Cora and Cameron have been your top picks this week? And will you be coming back to Kellerman's for more? Weigh in via our polls below. Okay.
You know what
that's
else it missed out, which I thought was a fun moment? They missed out on the acting part. So you can close this.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Alright.
they had a thing where they had to do that famous scene where Johnny gets to the resort and he's walking by and Robbie's setting the table, and then he like walks by and then there was a line that says something where Robbie says something to Johnny, and then Johnny's like, just keep putting the put the
Utensils?
plates on the table and leave the whatever to me.
Okay.
What the hell is that
He
line?
says, "You just worry about putting your pickle on the plate.
Pickle on the
Yes.
I'll
pickle.
take care of the hard stuff."
Yes.
right? So then they kind of
Because
came in.
the boss is like yelling about, no fraternizing with the guests or whatever, and blah blah blah. And then Robbie says to Johnny, "Oh, can you handle that?" Blah blah blah. And then he's like, "You just worry about putting your pickle on the plate, and I'll handle the hard stuff."
So
Nice.
they kind of came in and so the boys had to do that line, right?
Okay.
So when they came in, they did the line, and then like Howie's like even like
He did the glasses on the.
and
Yeah,
he
that
all,
was good.
like-
Good job, Howie.
like-
He nailed it. He nailed it, Lydia. Come on.
And then the other guy,
He
oh my
nailed
god,
it.
who was it? The guy who came in and just told him to like suck it or whatever. Oh my god. He came in and
Who
then
was
he
it?
just
Ty-
like,
Not Tyler.
was it Tyler? I think it was it Corbin?
I
Maybe
don't remember
Corbin.
this at all.
He came in and then
Yeah, I think it was
delivering the
Corbin. I think it
line.
was Corbin.
He was like, I can't remember if he said, no, he didn't say fuck off, but he said something to like, and everyone was like, whoa, and then he was like, haha, just kidding, and then I'm going to redo it again. So he did a really good job. So they had like a little bit of an acting challenge as well.
Okay.
And then they also like, they've been putting them in outfits that are like from the show
Oh,
and
cute.
stuff. So like
Cute.
the movie. So they kind of,
Cute.
so I feel like it has a cute potential. I feel like it's a pretty good,
It's fun. I think it's fun. Whatever. Something to
trying to
watch.
think, do the girls have to, I think the girls had to do the watermelon line, right?
What's the watermelon
Like,
line?
oh, I carried a watermelon. Or maybe they just did it in their little confessional. I can't remember, but they all said that line as well.
I carried a watermelon.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
It kind of like brings in parts of the movie and then kind of reminds you of things, and all the songs that are playing in the background are like songs from that movie. And I have to say that is a really good soundtrack.
It really is.
One of the best movie soundtracks.
I've had the time of my life.
Also, if you watch on Netflix, the movies that made us, they do have an episode about Dirty Dancing, and like the whole how they got to that song is like so epic because it was like they had these like piles and piles of stuff, and that was like the last song they listened to, and they're like, holy shit, this is the one. It's just like it was just so cool. Yeah, so if you have time, watch Netflix.
Maybe they're like they were tired too, and they're like, oh,
Yeah,
just
that's
pick this one.
Yeah, that's what they're like. They're like, is this because? And they're like, no, it's perfect. Like, it was like something like that. It was yeah. Take a watch when you have a moment. It's good.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Thank
anyways,
you.
cutesy show. It's only an hour long.
Is it only 4 weeks? How many
It's only
weeks did they say?
once a week, and I believe it's only 4 weeks.
Yeah, a
So
4-week
I'm
event, I
not
believe.
Because there's not
Actually
much
sure
there
if
to
they get
do.
eliminated or not, because there was no elimination
Okay.
this one.
Do they also get 2 people get eliminated or 2 couples? How did it work? How did they say? Did they say?
They didn't really explain anything, and because it's the first season here in Canada or America about it, they really didn't go over that. They didn't say if there was any sort of voting. It didn't say if they were kicking people off. It didn't say if they were switching partners. But based on the previews, it looks like they switched partners.
Yeah.
So I don't think. And when they were voting for them, it wasn't the couple that was the best. They picked for the best baby and the best Johnny individually.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is an individual competition and not a couple competition.
Well, the thing
Yeah.
is, the problem with that is that like just because you're good individuals doesn't mean you're going to make a good team.
True.
True.
Because hypothetically, they're going to assume that the 2 best are going to have chemistry or whatever, right?
That is
As far as it didn't look like anyone was against anything, but it also didn't look like anybody actually knew each other outside of this.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they kind of all come from different aspects, right? We have like a wrestler, a chef, a Backstreet Boy, like a bachelor. So I don't think any of them actually run in the same circles or anything. So it's kind of like just a whole bunch of strangers.
Yeah.
So I was reading an article from Brie Bella, and she was saying they just met during this competition, and now they're like really good friends after they've done it.
Anytime you're
Bless you.
Right.
you.
yeah, that's true. I feel like anytime you go through an experience
Sneaks right
with
into your
someone-
mic. Okay.
it was like extra.
I tried to sneeze away from it, but I realized it's on this side. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Okay.
You go, Sam.
Sorry. So what I'm saying is, like, when you go
Yeah.
through like a shared experience, like, how are you to go to like a summer camp together or something? You bond with these people.
Yeah.
If you go away for
Yeah.
like anytime we go away for like a convention or something like that, and you hang out with all these
Yeah.
people, you're now kind of friends with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe not like for the rest of time, but especially
Yeah.
during this time period.
Yeah. I'm surprised as an American production there's not more competition, because competition breeds like what keeps you there? You know what I mean? What keeps you motivated? Just I don't know.
I feel right now.
Is there like a cash prize? Is there anything like that?
They didn't really say, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
like that's just lots of question marks. Not good for
I
the
feel like
audience.
there's just
So maybe the second episode they'll explain it more, and then we can have all that information.
Yeah, probably. All right. Any more before we move on to our next topic?
No, I think that's good.
All right, perfect. On to our next topic. I will share on the screen. Hold on a second.
Okay, well, we'll just
You talk
first.
Okay, talk first.
So, my lovely husband, Chris from NSYNC, Chris Kirkpatrick, is on Celebrity Big Brother. So I
Wonderful.
only ever watched one episode of Big Brother prior to this time, and it was the very first one ever. And it was just her introducing all the people and the concept of the game and all that stuff. And I was like, this is boring as fuck. I never want to watch it again.
I only watched an episode where some guy ate dog food and he was like king of the house or something. And I'm like, what is this shit? And then I just stopped
Head of
watching.
household is
Yeah,
what
that's-
the
I used to watch from the beginning before, and then I was like, I watched too much reality TV. I need to stop, and then I have not watched ever since.
Diane, you've watched pretty much all the seasons.
I watch it all the time.
Yes. Okay. So you're a resident Big Brother expert. Then.
So-
I love it.
The other thing that is like different than even this Howie show, which is only once a week, 1 hour, is that Celebrity Big Brother is on multiple times a week.
Well, Big
4
Brother
times, I
is
think,
always
right?
on multiple times a week.
What?
Big Brother is on multiple times
Yeah,
a week,
that's what
like
I'm saying.
normally. So
No,
it's
no,
not
I'm saying
different per se.
It's different from the Dirty Dancing.
Oh,
and
okay.
The other shows. The way that or even like Amazing Race or Survivor, it's only on once a week generally.
No,
Whereas
Big Brother's always
Brother is
on.
multiple times.
Is it 4 days a week? I think it's 4
It
days
just
a
seems
week. Right?
random. Actually, can you pull up that
Celebrity Big Brother is
now you want me to
always
share the screen. All right, I will definitely.
intensified because they know that the celebrities can't commit. Like normal Big Brother is like over the course of like 3 months. But obviously, most of these celebrities can't commit to being on the show for 3 months. So that's why they just like intensify it. So that's why normal Big Brother is on 3 times a week, but they always air Celebrity Big Brother more often because they need to accelerate the show.
Yeah, makes sense.
So in Canada, you can watch it on CBS and also on Global. Obviously, in America, you can watch it on CBS or Paramount Plus. So the lovely, lovely people of Mission NSYNC have put together this Celebrity Big Brother airing schedule. So as you can see, it's very color-coded. You're like, why is it color-coded in 4 different colors?
Yeah.
Oh, because they just randomly air at different times.
Yes.
So, like, some episodes are 1 hour and they're 8 to 9 or 9 to 10. And then some episodes are 2 hours, which are 8 to 10 or 9 to 11. And then they're on, it appears, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Monday. So, yeah. Sunday, Monday,
bizarre.
Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday. So
mostly it's Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. There's just one random Saturday.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I see only one purple listing here. So, okay, that's
The purple one is the 2 hour.
And there's a random Thursday as well. But mostly it's Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing with this is if you have Paramount Plus, they actually have live streams that you can watch.
Paramount Plus.
Apparently we can get it in Canada, and I believe there's a free trial that you can get as well, so you can try that.
Paramount Plus also is the ones who do Drag Race, the Untucked, and I'm like, why isn't you just on Crave? So annoying.
I don't know.
Okay.
So anyway, as far as, correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, it airs like it has a couple of cameras in the house, or however many cameras, 2, I don't know, and you can watch.
There's hundreds, bruds.
And you just kind of like click through, or
no. They usually. I have watched the live feeds before. Usually, at most, there's 4 different things that you can watch, and then you can watch all 4 of them, or you can just pick one to watch. But sometimes they show you the same thing, just like from multiple angles.
So it's curated, I guess?
So this is the other thing. So then on
edited,
that, sometimes
right?
the feed.
No, it's not edited. The live feeds are not edited.
Oh.
It's just curated to show you what they think you would want to see, because like, let's just say, they have the camera on in the kitchen and like some guys just like cooking eggs. Like, do you really care about that? Versus like if people are having a conversation in the bedroom, you'd probably prefer to watch that. Mm-hmm. Right?
Do you see any butt cheeks ever?
Yeah.
Todd was wearing this shirt that was just very open. I'm like,
in this one, there's a lot of working out in these episodes.
Also, there's showers, and there's like 2 showers beside each other, and you can see they're like, it's just like a shower stall, so you see their head and feet.
So you can watch Chris Kirkpatrick shower.
I love him, but
sounded
I don't
really
great
for a second, and then I'm like feet is not
their
sexy.
head. Then they have conversations while they're showering. And other
you
people
can see it from here.
You can see the shoulders. Yeah, I can see the shoulders.
I guess.
Anyway, so it was so this recap will be coming from a person who is an avid watcher and 2 people who have never really watched the show much, and then Lydia
I haven't
confused.
even seen the episode.
So
I
feel
probably
free
should
to ask questions and
I feel like I'm the outsider going, huh? So yes.
So also I would like to say that so this was the thing that confused me at the beginning, because they were showing previews for like the thing, and I'm like, so they recorded this a while ago, and Diane's like, no, they just recorded it. I'm like, but how are they showing stuff that happened if this is not live? And she's like, it's a few days behind. So if you're watching the feed, it's going to be a few days behind. Because
No.
A day
if you're watching the feed, it's live.
Sorry, if
the show is a few days.
Sorry, the show.
Let Diane explain.
Trying to explain it here as you nod your head here. So the feed is live.
Yes.
And that feed stuff is used in the show.
Correct.
So they have like a day or 2. The show is a day or 2 behind.
Yes.
So if you go online, you can read spoilers. Like I already accidentally read a spoiler and it annoyed me. And then I'm like, okay, so.
It happens to me all the time.
Ouchie, ouch. Okay.
But so that's pretty much it. So they got in the house a couple days before the first episode, so they had a little bit to go with for that first episode.
Okay. Very good. Okay.
But the one that was on this past Friday, so you guys are hearing this Sunday, Sunday the 6th. The one that was on this past Friday the 4th was the first like live episode. So when you saw them sitting there on those couches, that was live.
Ah.
So they had the first hour was like a recap of the other couple of the last day or two. And then you could see them, but they can't see what's going on because obviously if they saw who was screwing who.
The voting and whatnot was all live,
So they're just awkwardly like sitting in a living room, like a circle area.
Okay.
And then Julie Chen would then ask them stuff and then they could answer and talk to her. So I think she would just show up on the screen, but at any point other time it's not. So
And they cannot contact the outside world, right? That's my understanding.
That is correct.
So the whole concept of Big Brother is everyone lives in a house. You can't talk to anyone outside, and then there's like challenges, and you vote people out, and then they get kicked out of the house completely.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and then the point
And
is
then
to
when they
be
get
in the
out-
house at the end.
The last person in the house, yes.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
And do you win money as a celebrity?
Yes.
How much?
I think they get 250.
Is it for
Right.
like a charity or is it for
no,
them?
it's for them. $250,000.
Nice. Okay.
So just to give you a quick recap of who is in the house.
Yes.
So Carson Kressley,
I know him. He's from
Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
yes.
Then I don't know why this ad is just.
He's very funny.
Okay.
I like Carson.
Cynthia Bailey.
From
So she is an American model, reality TV personality.
Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes. Okay. Why is my phone being lame?
Chris Kirkpatrick
Lame.
Oh my god.
from NSYNC.
That was a terrible. I hate these clickbaity type ones.
Chris
You can't just put
Kirkpatrick.
everything together.
Just go on CBS.com
Yes, I got
or
it.
whatever.
Okay, I got it now. I got it.
Okay.
Okay, so Misha Cupcake Tate.
UFC fighter.
Yep. So
Nice.
she's a 35-year-old championship fighter.
Wow.
Retired, and then
hold
she
on.
had
You can be a
kids.
championship fighter at 35.
Apparently.
She was younger.
I'll have to.
Well, she was younger before, and then she retired for like 5 years, had babies, and then came back.
I'm like, maybe I could be a UFC. Okay,
You know
never
what?
mind.
You could.
No, never
You
mind.
could.
Also, Teddy Mellencamp, who is 40. She's from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and she is the daughter of John Mellencamp.
I know he sounded familiar. I don't know
Yes.
who he is, but Music Man.
Music, yes.
Okay.
Lamar Odom, 42. He's a former professional basketball player who was briefly married to
Yes, Kardashian.
who was married to Chloe for almost 10 years.
No,
That long, eh?
they didn't divorce for the longest. So they weren't like together, but
Yeah.
He is creepily still in love with her and was hoping that she was going to be one of the house guests and all that stuff. And
Ha
it's
ha. Nope.
because Khloe Kardashian would do Celebrity Big Brother. Okay.
Also, Shauna Mokler.
Shayna.
Shayna. She is best known for being Miss USA in 1995. And also, she is a reality TV star, and she was married to Travis Barker from Blink 182, the tattooed guy who is currently dating another Kardashian.
Interesting, eh? How they get
Courtney.
around.
Wow.
Engaged to, I think, actually, aren't they?
He's engaged to Courtney, yeah.
Courtney Kardashian, yes. So there's a little bit of a Kardashian connection
There
there.
is. Yeah. Okay.
Although
cool.
Shayna never obviously knew Lamar, but
Yeah.
knew of him.
Okay.
Then we have Chris Kattan.
Yes. From
He's so
SNL.
funny.
He was from Saturday
Yes.
Night Live. He was also in
Night
Night
the
the
Roxbury,
Roxbury.
our favorite movie.
yes, yeah. Mirai Nagasu, and she is a figure skater, American figure skater. She was the first American and third woman ever to land the triple axel at the Olympics.
Ooh.
So she's very
That's
strong.
That's good. That's
a good
really
feat.
good.
That's
Yeah.
hard to do. Yeah.
Okay, we have Todrick Hall.
I know him from Drag Race.
He is so funny in this show.
I love him so much.
Yeah, so obviously he's from Drag Race.
He's a
and
musician.
He's a musician and an
Uh,
influencer.
I read that he was originally like how he was discovered was on American Idol.
Really? I wouldn't be surprised.
He made it to the American Idol semifinals in 2010.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
Then we have Todd Bridges. So he was from Different Strokes. It's like, what you talking about, Willis? He
Yes.
was Willis.
Oh, that's cute. Okay.
He's all grown up.
And then we have obviously the best
Chris
person on the
Kirkpatrick.
Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC.
This is why we watch.
Cute. Super
Yes.
cute.
So there you go.
Oh, he's the last one?
Yeah, so there's 11 people.
She saved the best for last.
Oh.
It's just how the article was set up. He was like the second or third one in the house. I
see. Okay.
So, do you want to bring up the first recap, I guess? So Mission NSYNC has done a really nice, little brief recap of each episode, pertaining only to the Chris parts, obviously.
Decent one? Is this the first one?
Yes. So,
Okay.
so in the Big Brother house with Chris. So,
Cute.
the HOH is Misha Tate. So,
What's head of house?
Head of household.
Okay, and what does that mean to someone who's never watched this?
Diane.
So the head of household is the person who nominates people for eviction. So if you win the HOH competition,
What is it?
you
normally?
get safety for the week, obviously, because you're not going to nominate yourself.
Is it always something different every week?
Yes.
And it can't be the same person 2 weeks in a row.
No. What is the competition? Like,
Well,
is it
let's
like?
explain.
Oh, the competition is something different every week. Yes.
Okay, that's okay. So they compete in this
So
competition to become
sometimes
head of
it's
household.
like a physical competition. Sometimes it's a brains competition. Sometimes it's
Okay. So all right. Okay. Interesting. All right.
Anyways, so you have safety for the week. You get like your own room and everything.
Ooh.
And
Wait, you all have to sleep in the same room?
So they have different bedrooms. So I think there's 3 or 4.
Yeah, it
different
seemed like there
bedrooms.
was 4 beds.
So like there's one room that has like 4 single beds. Then there's another room that had like a double and some other things. So they each get their own bed.
Okay.
And then
Yes.
the head of household is on like, for this one, I don't know if it's the same building every
it's
time.
the same house every time.
So she's on the second level, and she has her own like.
It's like a
room,
suite.
Like a suite, yeah,
Ooh.
exactly. So she has like a queen or a king bed or something.
Nice. Okay.
But the other ones, I believe, are all on the first level.
And then normally, I don't know, they don't show it as much. This used to be like a big part of it. But now I feel like they just get more to the game stuff. You get like a gift basket of things that you like, and you get a letter from your loved ones at home, and like blah, blah, blah. And then
beginning, or just the HOH gets it.
Every
just
time
the
you-
HOH gets
okay.
it. So every time you win, you get that. And then you have to nominate the people for eviction. So you get to decide who the 2 people are that could be evicted from the house.
So you're safe,
Oh.
and you also get to fuck over people.
Okay, but like
So you're like in charge.
no, I get it. I like kind of like Survivor, right? Where like you have the immunity idol for that week, I guess, right?
Not really.
No,
No.
because this person has more power.
Okay, so the HOH has more power. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so like the other people can't go against the HOH,
They can. Of course they can.
like alliances and stuff like that,
They
right?
can, they can align against it, but they can't. Keep
There's a lot of
so
alliances.
there's no point.
Okay.
So there's kind of like there's lots of strategy in this game because
Yeah.
there's a lot of confusing stuff. But I guess you want to be HOH, so you're in charge,
Yes.
but you also don't want to like put yourself up as a target as
Yes.
like a competitor. Like, oh,
Right.
this person's always going to win, so as soon as
We
they don't
should vote
win,
them
we're
off.
kicking them out. right?
Yes,
So
exactly. Okay, interesting. Okay.
lots-
And if you win HOH, as I was saying before, you can't be HOH 2 weeks in a row,
Okay.
right? So you can only be HOH every other week. So if you get HOH, then you can't be HOH the next week.
So does
So
that mean that she's going to sit out the next competition
Yeah.
then?
yeah.
Okay, interesting. So yeah, you also really don't want to piss anyone off when you're HOH because then they can target you next week.
Ah, okay. So that keeps
That's
them
good.
safe. Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's a good way of not monopolizing it too, right? By
Yeah.
not having one person HOH the
Yeah.
entire time. Interesting. Okay, so Chris made a lot of jokes.
So Misha was head of household, and then this other
The
stuff.
other
they
stuff
did,
was
so-
blank because none of that had anything to do with the first episode. So this is the first episode.
I see. Okay.
So so he made a like it's gonna be me joke or whatever.
So Chris made a lot of NSYNC references, and then on
Did?
Twitter, people were like, "Oh my gosh, it's just the first episode. What's going on, Chris?" But I thought it was hilarious. I was dying. so.
And then a couple of people didn't know who he was or knew he was in a boy band, but wasn't sure if he was in Backstreet Boys.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So
Really?
it was kind of like some little awkwardness.
But she's like, "Oh, I love boy bands, right?" She's like, "I love boy bands."
Uh huh.
Yes.
I
So that-
think this one is NSYNC, but maybe it's Backstreet Boys.
That was Teddy. She said that.
Oh,
So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, your dad is in the music business. But anyway.
And if you love boy bands, you would know it was from NSYNC.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
But she did say at the end it was NSYNC. It was
But
from,
even at
yeah.
like that one convention we went to, Chris is like, people always just think I'm in the Backstreet Boys anyway, so I just like agree or whatever. He's like, I
Yes.
just thank them because, like, he was we were walking around. Some guy's like, "Oh my god, I love you. You're my favorite Backstreet Boy," and he's like, "Oh, thank you," and then like
Yes.
whatever. So
That was very funny.
it's a thing. They came out at the same time. If you're not,
They're
like,
competitors.
you know,
It's like
so I
Coke and
feel like
Pepsi, you know.
people at least they recognize they're in one
Yeah,
of those things,
fair
right?
enough, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so he definitely made some jokes. Chris was like his normal, like, chill self
Yeah.
and stuff. A lot of the people didn't really know a lot of the people too, I thought, which was kind of
Mm-hmm.
awkward as well, because they don't find out ahead of time who is coming into the house. They only find out once they're there.
And then they asked Chris, like, so you're from NSYNC? And he's like, I made NSYNC.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Good.
Okay, so
That was
the
pretty
actual
funny.
contest was they had to, which I thought was very reminiscent of NSYNC, is that they go into like the backyard, I guess, and they had this thing set up that they had to be in these like stirrups with strings, and they had to hold like champagne bottles, and they were lifted into the air, so they had to not fall off.
Okay.
And they're all in costume as well.
Yes, some of the costumes were like cool, though. The other ones were weird. Chris's was weird, but it was like a puppet-like costume, reminiscent of the no strings attached era during the competition.
Which made sense when you read that, because at first we were like, I don't know what it's
some
going on.
people had like pretty ones, like she was a peacock.
Misha was in a dress.
She was in this like big ball gown, like
Yeah.
So they all had this thing. So they also had the thing where one of the people could choose not to participate, and then they had to be like the announcer person. But then they it didn't give them anything. They didn't get any immunity or anything. They were just like, you don't have to participate. You just whatever. Because I think Todd Bridges did that.
Oh.
Yeah, he like pressed the button.
So then he got to press the button. So like they're up there, and obviously it's boring if you're just there. So you could press button to like let it rain on them, or like caviar fell down, which was like gold paint, and then like confetti came out, and like other stuff. So.
Was it like a contest to hold on the longest?
Hold on the longest.
Yeah.
Yes. So some people slipped pretty quickly. Then near the end, it was like maybe 4 of them. It was
4 of them.
So it was like Misha who won, Mariah, the gymnast, Todrick Hall, and Teddy Mellencamp. So they were kind of all. Chris fell. He didn't fall first, but he was like midway.
Okay.
He was 6 minutes and like 13 seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
So do they all do it at the same time, or all the
So
separate?
they're all at the same time, all holding.
Oh, they're all at the same time. Oh,
yeah.
man, that's
So at one
wild.
point, Mariah, because we're like, so Misha's like, okay, Mariah is like my biggest competitor here because we're both super athletes. But then she ended up losing one of her champagne bottles, and then she ended up just falling. So then it came to, it was just 3 of them, and it was a while. So then Todrick's like, all right, I'm going to ask her to save me if I let go. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. He's like, okay, cool. So then he like lets go. So then Teddy tries to make the same thing with her.
Oh my God,
She's
that's
like,
hilarious. Yeah.
you know, it's kind of early. It's not to make it.
To promise everyone the
I
safety.
can't just promise everyone safety. And it was just like, it was awkward. So then,
Ouchie,
So
ouch.
then she fell, and then so Misha won. It was hilarious. Also, I forgot to mention that Todrick is the king of the Big Brother house because he joined all the alliances.
He was in alliance with everyone. It was hilarious.
So there was like an initial one where like Carson wanted it. So it was like Carson and Todrick, and then Cynthia and was it Shayna?
No, I think it was Teddy.
No, Teddy.
Oh no, maybe it was
It
Shayna.
was Shayna. So then Carson's like, he's like, it's like the gays and gals or whatever. So they like
Cute.
made it, so they made a name. Did they already come up with the name formation?
Yeah, the formation.
So they with the
No, that was after.
that was
Oh, okay.
So then Todrick's just like, you know, chilling, and then like I think Chris might have pulled him aside at that point and wanted to do something
Yes.
with him
To a
'cause they knew
musician.
each other. And then Misha ends up making this athletic alliance, right? So
Oh my
she
God, this
picks-
was funny.
So she picks like obviously herself, and then she picks Lamar Odom,
Nice.
right? Because
Good call.
big basketball player and stuff.
Yeah.
And then she picks Chris from NSYNC.
No, she picked Todrick next, didn't she?
Picked Todrick, I think. Yeah. So
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then also picked Chris, and I was like, as much as I love
So
Chris,
the biggest
I love him
athlete,
to
Chris
bits.
Kirkpatrick.
I was like, he is not big athlete.
No.
Wink, wink.
Love him to bits, but I was just like, okay, sure. But he is like a huge fan of her, so I feel like whatever. So then he was like, okay.
Yeah, because he's a huge UFC fan.
Nice.
Yes. Also, Chris is a very big Big Brother fan, so he knows a lot about how the game works and all the playing. But he's played it down as he only watched the season where Tom Green was on because it's his buddy. So he's pretending that he doesn't know a lot about it because he doesn't want a target put on his back.
Okay.
So meanwhile, essentially, like literally everybody in the house has now decided that Todrick should be in an alliance with them, and he's like, okay, except for Chris Kattan and Todd Bridges, who have been spending the entire time sleeping. So
nice. Oh man, I would
anyways,
too.
so then on this first episode, then it says Chris's diary confession revealed that he disappointed his 4 NSYNC brothers by not winning head of house.
Oh, that was sad.
So
Oh,
that's basically how that episode ends. It's just kind of like she's now the head of the household, whatever. So now we move on.
All right, so episode number 2.
Okay, so she's Misha Tate, obviously still the head of the household. She's now nominated Mariah and Carson.
No.
So, Chris highlights. Chris has been dubbed Chris and Sync, not to confuse them with the other Chris K in the house.
Okay.
So they've started calling him that.
Yeah.
Chris made early alliances with Todrick and Misha, helping Misha plan her okay, so this was some of that stuff was from the second episode. Her head of house strategy, and the Big Brother producers are having a fun time playing mock boy band music when Chris is on screen.
What is mock boy band music?
Like,
so they don't have the license to play actual NSYNC songs, right? So they just play like a tune that kind of sounds like an NSYNC song, but not quite.
Cute.
You know?
Okay, very cute. Okay. All right, next one.
So there was just a whole lot of confusion. So essentially what happened is that Misha brought Mariah.
Also, I would just like to say that now that I really think of it, there was a few years back, this was quite a bit ago, there was like a punishment that somebody got as a result of some competition where like every time this music played, he had to like act like he was in a boy band, and he had to wear this like all white outfit the whole week, and he had to like do this dance routine and everything. So it might be the music from that.
Cute.
That's cute.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Okay, so Mariah is the figure skater. So what happened was that Misha decided, okay, if I'm making this athletic alliance, I should get Mariah in here as well. So she's like, hey, you know, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, okay. And she's like, I'm thinking of getting rid of Teddy. So, sorry, at this point, Mariah and...
But wait, she kept saying, like, to use Mariah and Carson as a pawn in their, like, alliance.
Said Carson yet.
Oh, okay.
So what happened is that Mariah and Teddy were showering after the HOH competition.
Nice.
And then I believe it was Todrick as well. They decided they wanted to join an alliance with him. So he's like, oh, okay. So he just brought them into the Formation Alliance. So they went from 4 people to 6 people. But, like, he was just like, oh, okay. So then Mariah ends up going to, so Misha pulls in Mariah or whatever because she wants her the athlete thing. And then tells her that she thinks that Teddy is a competitor, so she's going to go after Teddy. So then Mariah goes down and tells Teddy.
Nope.
So then Teddy tells everybody else. So then Todrick, because he's in the alliance with Misha, goes back and says, hey, just so you know, Mariah told Teddy, and now Teddy know, and whatever. So that strengthens his partnership with Misha, but then it pissed off her. So then she decided, oh, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't go for Teddy, I should go for Mariah and have her as a pawn. And then it was just like there's a lot of confusing things happening.
Oh my.
It was a lot, yeah.
It was a lot. And then she decides she's gonna add Carson in to her.
And then he was like surprised as well, like what?
So he's just like kind of like taking it chill or whatever. And then he's like, oh, okay. She's like, I'm gonna make you the pawn, and now my real target is Mariah because I can't trust her. And he's like, oh, okay. But Carson keeps his mouth shut and doesn't tell other people this stuff, right?
Very good.
So that's
which is
kind
smart.
of what happened there.
Okay.
So and then the next episode is when they do the POV, Power of Veto. Yes. So
what is this? D, can you explain?
Okay, so the power of veto, the person who wins the power of veto has the power to veto one of the nominations. So they
How do you win that?
So there's another competition.
There's 2?
Right.
Oh.
There's 2 competitions a week. One is for the head of household and one is for the power of veto.
So in the previous episode, she turned these keys and she's like, these 2 are up on the chopping block this week, Mariah and Carson.
Oh, okay. So you always have to pick 2 people to
So the head of household picks 2 people.
Okay. All right.
So, okay.
And then they play this other competition where you win the power of veto. And then whoever wins the power of veto has the power to veto one of the nominations. And then if they take one of the people off, then the HOH has to nominate a replacement nominee.
So, just so you know, for the power of veto, not everyone plays this game.
Okay.
So the people who play it is the head of household, the 2 people that are on the chopping block, and then like 3 additional people that are randomly selected, I believe.
Okay.
Yes, it is
Yes.
the HOH, the 2 nominees, and 3 other people selected by random draw. They say the same thing every time.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. All right.
So then the other people just kind of like, so for this particular thing, what it was is that they had like a fake city,
Oh, cute.
like a fake town.
Okay.
And then they had to catch the bus or they had to do things at certain times. So they had these big things that had numbers on them from like 1 to 7.
There was no catching a bus, but okay.
It's not. I don't know why I said that. Okay, so they had to do these things at certain times. Like you have to get like, you know.
I feel like Chinsley was half asleep when this was happening.
I know.
She's describing
You
the
want to take it
competition
here?
extremely wrong. So
Okay, D, go ahead.
Anyways, they have the numbers.
But there's text messages, right? There was
I
text
know
messages.
that part. That's fine.
people who were playing were obviously Misha, Mariah, and Carson, and then Lamar, Cynthia, and
Chris
who did she
Kattan?
pick?
Wasn't it Chris Kattan?
No, it was not.
Oh, okay.
Todrick. Okay.
Oh, okay,
Todrick.
Sandra. Yes.
So then only those 6 played. So Chris Kirkpatrick, neither Chris really, played in this competition. So yes, they came out and it was like they were in Aspen or wherever the fuck they were. And then their assistant is a dumbass and like sent them a bunch of text messages about all these events that they had to attend while they were there, but she's stupid and she didn't like send them the correct thing. She only sent them like what she could remember.
Okay.
And so they had to like decode these text messages. It's a logic puzzle, basically.
Logic puzzle.
And then they had to arrange the events in the order that they had to do them. So like this is what you do first, second, third, blah, blah, blah.
Gotcha.
Hours after this, so then they had to figure, and it has to be on an even number. So they're like, okay, so this is going to be 6.
Yeah.
The other one is going to be 2, so we'll put those in.
I've had to do that for job interviews. Yes, I know exactly what that is.
So, so they had to run around with these really big things, signs, and put them in.
Cute. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then what happened?
So then they all do it, and they don't like it. You can't really tell time wise what's happening. So then they come at the end, and they're like, "Okay, here we are." So Lamar took 30 minutes to do it.
No, he timed out, man. He never
Timed out
finished.
at 30
Oh,
minutes because it was just like, what? I don't understand. And
Ouch.
then what ended up happening is that Misha did really well.
Misha got like 8 minutes and 50 seconds
So
or something.
her main
like that.
goal was just to get whatever better than Mariah, because then Mariah couldn't save herself.
Uh-huh.
But then Carson ends up winning it. So even though
Which
Carson,
was like 3 minutes.
he did really well.
I didn't expect that at all.
Good job,
So
Carson.
even though he's just like the pawn or whatever on there, you're still not 100%
Yeah.
sure what the hell everybody else is going to vote.
Agreed.
Right? So then he's like, I'm saving myself.
Very
bitch.
good.
So that's
Well
what
done.
he did.
Which is smart.
Yes.
Yes. So then how they hold on, let me see what's going on. So should I read the highlights or should okay, so the
Yes.
highlights say Chris is a trusted member of the Athletes Alliance, which we've already discussed. Chris fanboyed over Misha Trigger.
Oh my gosh, that was
Okay.
hilarious.
So Chris is working out on the elliptical. Then she comes in and she's just like working out. And then I couldn't tell if he was turned on or scared as shit because then she
Or
starts
both.
beating
I think it was
the
a
shit out of
combination
this
of
thing.
both, yeah.
So he's like running faster because he's like also scared. Like it was so.
It made me laugh so hard. I was
was
like, oh my
so
god,
funny
Chris,
because
you're
they're
hilarious.
just chatting and she's
adorable.
like beating the shit out of this like block of foam or whatever. It was.
I was fucking dying. It was
I was
hilarious.
laughing
He's
so
just
hard.
like,
Yeah, it was.
and then they just keep splicing in him like talking in the diary room about that situation.
Aw, that's
Yeah.
so sweet.
And he's just like, I was just like, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I was fucking dying.
I was laughing a lot too.
Okay,
cute.
so I also forgot to mention that earlier in the first thing, they got this Mon Juan hat.
Oh yes.
So it
don't
was
know
a
what that is.
purse, but it was a hat. I guess it's a Big Brother designer is Mon Juan. So it was literally like
They made this up. This is
it's
not.
like a purse that this chick had to wear as a hat. She didn't have to wear it the whole time. But what they did is they had to give the hat to people, and the
This
last
is,
person-
if you're familiar with Big Brother, this
No.
is like their twist of the season. So every year, every week, Jesus fuck Christ, every week, There's going to be a, what is it? It's gift suite or some shit like that.
It's called the
Gift gala.
Gift gala. Okay. There's going to be a gift gala, and then it's going to be a blessing to one person and a curse to someone else. Right? So this week it was this fucking Mon Wan thing.
purse hat. So it was like the last person you give the hat to, that person it has immunity for the week, so they can't get one. So Cynthia had that one.
You have to wear the hat the entire week.
She did not
No.
wear it the whole time. So she just had to wear it then. But then at the final thing, so they're like, okay, so we got Carson and whatever, and Mariah on there. So then what happened was they're like, oh, don't forget the twist. And the twist was that the Mon Wan sticker came up and turned around, and it said, nom now.
No, they did all the POV stuff first. So
Yeah,
Carson
they
won
did
the
all that.
POV.
Yes.
He took himself off. She replaced with Teddy.
Okay.
Yes.
Then they did the Mon Wan thing.
Who got the...
Yes.
Why would he save Todrick then if Todrick wasn't on the chopping block?
Who saved Todrick?
It says Shanna gave
Okay,
Mon
so
Wan-
let me explain.
Okay.
So we do the whole thing. Carson saves himself at the
Yes.
POV ceremony, which was not on Friday.
Uh-huh.
And then Misha replaced with Teddy. So now we're at Friday, right? So it's Mariah and Teddy on the block,
Right.
right?
Right.
And then Julie's like, don't forget about the twist. And then, as Chinzia said, she was like, it's been in front of your eyes this whole time. You flip the thing over and it says nom now and blah, blah, blah. So now it's the reverse. So when they did the blessing part, whoever got the gift, whoever got the Mon Wan purse hat was safe. But now whoever gets the Mon Wan purse hat gets nominated. So what they mean is, so Cynthia has the hat, right? And then, as Chinzia was saying, they pass it around like the house, and whoever ends up with it last is the person who's nominated. So Cynthia gave it to Shayna, and then Shayna gave it to Chris, which was a good thing because it means that I thought it was a good thing because I was like, oh, it means that Shayna doesn't know that Chris is working with Misha. Because Shayna's part of the like formation thing. So I'm like, why would she give it to Chris when Todrick was still there? So I was like, okay, she gave it to Chris because she thinks he's like neutral.
Yeah.
Right? And then Chris gave it to Todrick. And then
Could have ended horribly because Todrick's in so many alliances. But at this point in time,
the only people Todrick could have given it to were Lamar, Chris Kattan, and Todd Bridges.
Okay. They all seem kind of like on the outs, like they don't
so
seem
yeah,
as
so
part
he
of-
wasn't in
okay.
any alliances
Yeah,
with any
yeah.
of them, so it doesn't screw Todrick over. But
Well, he's technically in alliance with Lamar, but Lamar is also stupid.
Okay. I
yes.
gotcha. Okay.
So then Todrick ended up giving it to Kattan because I guess he wanted. I guess that was actually a smart move because if he gave it to Lamar, then Lamar would have to decide between Kattan and Todd Bridges who was getting nominated. But he gave it to Kattan so that Kattan would have to decide and Lamar wouldn't be getting blood on his hands. And even if Kattan nominates Lamar, they can just save him.
Ah.
exactly.
So that was actually good, like game.
Yeah, it was
And
good.
Chris Kattan gives it to Lamar.
So Lamar, no, he gave it
No.
to Todd.
He gave it to Todd Bridges.
So that Todd was the last person who had it. Oh no, I guess he gave it to.
because he wanted Todd out.
Yeah. So he gave it to
because
Lamar,
Todd
and then
sleeps
Lamar
here a lot.
obviously, yeah.
So he gave it to Lamar, and Lamar had to choose between.
Sorry, just a
Mariah-
lot to remember after 3 episodes.
Yes, he had to give it to either Mariah or Todd. No,
No, he gave it to Todd, and then Todd had to choose whether he's going to replace Mariah or Teddy.
So then he replaced Mariah with himself.
so
Yes.
then it was Todd Bridges,
And
And
Teddy.
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 Yes.
So then they all had to go into this like private room.
Okay.
I know. I feel
It's
like
the diary room.
There's a lot.
Diary
okay.
room. Yes.
Okay.
So there's like a little room and there's a little hallway and stuff. So then this was live. So then they had to go. So the HOH does not actually vote
Right.
unless there's a tie,
Okay.
but she's influencing everybody else's
Of course.
votes as well, right? So then they go in and
You
then
don't have to vote for the nominees, do you?
you have to vote for one of those two people.
Oh, okay. You
So
can't
it's
just vote for
either
anyone.
you
Okay.
either voting for Todd or Teddy. That's
Gotcha.
it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So then you go into this little room, then the little screen comes up. Julie's like, "Who are you voting for?" And then they say who they're voting for, and then they usually say,
Why?
love you to their families, and then leave, right? So this is a very funny moment I just have to share because
Yes.
so So I'm watching this with Mom, and Mom has fallen asleep on the couch and is snoring very loudly.
Sounds on
This
brand.
entire
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So Chris Kattan comes in
Uh-huh.
and like does his little thing, and he votes for Teddy. And then he says,
No, he voted for Todd.
he voted for Todd. Sorry, I forgot. He voted for Todd because he can't stand Todd. Ironically, because Todd has been snoring this whole time and he hasn't been able to get good sleep.
Wow.
So anyways, he says his little thing, and then he says, like, hi to so-and-so and so-and-so.
But he's so sad saying it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's something physically wrong with Chris Kattan. He just doesn't, like, I don't know if he didn't age well. I looked up, apparently he injured himself like 20 years ago, so it might just be like a back spinal injury.
Oh, ouch.
Anyways, so he says his little thing, and then he says, like, hi to whoever, and then he says, love you, Maria, and gets up to leave. And then my mom got up a dead sleep, goes, I love you too, and then goes back, and then keeps snoring, and then goes directly back to snoring. I'm fucking
Oh my
dying
god,
at this
that's
point.
great.
I could not. And then,
That's
like, and then,
amazing.
like 2 minutes later, before, like, because now there's a commercial break because they don't do them all. She wakes up. She's like, "Oh, did I miss anything?" I'm like, just you professing your love for Chris Kattan." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" So then I unwound it. And she's like, "I don't remember this at all." And he clearly, I couldn't. He clearly says, "Love you, Maria." And she's like, "Oh," and I was just, "Oh my god, I was dying."
That was
It
great.
was like, I
That's
wish I could have
great.
recorded it because it was the funniest thing ever. I was like, love you too. Holy shit, it's amazing.
That's
That
hilarious.
was my favorite part of the
Yeah,
episode,
okay,
really.
good.
Oh god.
So anyway, so then they do all the votes.
Okay.
And then it turns out that Teddy gets evicted 5-3. So then she has to leave and go out this door. And then on the other side of the door is Julie is there, like, doing like a little post interview.
Ah.
But then
And she tells her who voted for her to be
Really?
evicted. Yeah.
Yes. So she knew a couple people. Then she was like super shocked that other people had voted for her, and then she was all pissed off. And it was like,
Because Shayna voted her off and she was shocked about that one.
Ah, I
yeah.
see.
So then, yeah. So there you go. So that's kind of how it ends. So I guess.
And then, like, at the end, like, the voted off people don't, like, it's not like Survivor where, like, all the voted off people vote for the winner, right?
I have no idea.
Not all of them.
Close this.
So,
Like, it's close?
You can, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to
it's the
stop
same
sharing.
way.
Okay.
I'm not sure how it'll be in regular Big Brother. There's more people to
Oh, wait,
begin with.
wait, sorry. You forgot to read this part.
After the twist, the noms were Todd and Teddy. Yes, we said that. And I said Chris voted for Teddy.
Okay, sorry. Okay,
Yes.
sorry. Now we're done with
And
the image
Teddy is
part.
the one who, like, yes.
Okay, sorry about that.
who got
Okay,
evicted.
go ahead.
So normally I think there's a few more people. There's usually there can be like 13 to 15 people like normally. It's a bit longer, obviously. And I think there are 9 to 11 people that are in the jury. So like some of the people that initially get evicted aren't part of the jury of who votes for the winner. I assume that's how it will work for Celebrity Big Brother. They haven't had a Celebrity Big Brother in a while. So they did like 2 seasons. I think this is the 3rd Celebrity Big Brother. There was 2 seasons before, but they were quite some time ago. So I can't remember exactly because it might be slightly different. But I think it seems to me like I don't think that Julie would have told Teddy all that shit if she was going to be voting, because that would obviously influence her vote, right?
But now that she's kicked out, do they still keep her for the whole month, or she can go home?
No. So that's what I mean. And they were talking about like she's going to go home to her kids and all this shit, versus the jury normally stays isolated and like quarantine because they don't want outside people and like them to be able to hear like things from the diary room and stuff like that.
Right.
Because what ends up happening is like people say things in the diary room that they don't want other people to know. So if you go outside, you could like find that stuff out and then it could influence your vote.
Makes sense.
Right? So there have been times where like there's secrets that are kept the entire season, and it's not till after everyone's voted and everything that people are like,
What? Okay.
Interesting. So, like, the quarantined people, do they get to see each other at all, or they're just literally just staying in
the
their
jury?
No.
jury? Yeah.
No. They don't
Yeah. No.
Wait.
So
they
they're
do?
kicked out, and they're just all hanging out. So they can.
Yeah, they're in the jury house.
Oh, really? There's a jury house? Oh,
Yeah.
that's cute.
show
Okay.
that stuff or no?
Yeah.
Oh, Interesting.
So I'm guessing for this one, because there's 11 people, and they need 3 at the end. Well, they need 2 at the end. So I'm guessing that the first 2 people will be out, and then they'll have 7 people voting.
Interesting.
Yes. Wow.
Learning new things.
It's a lot to
There's a
absorb.
lot going on.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. So do we think that Chris and Howie are going to make it to the ends?
Howie may have a better shot than Chris.
I don't know. Well, because Howie has.
But Chris also is a fan of Big Brother, so he should do well. But who knows?
I feel like Howie's biggest competition is going to be Corbin. Because he's like he does Broadway. He was in High School Musical, so he has like all the stuff.
I disagree. I think Howie's gone the next episode. Like, if you want to see Howie on, I would tune in next week because I don't think he's long for this show.
Oh man.
I think he's definitely the worst one. No offense, but I think he's definitely the worst of the boys. And then, but I think Chris has a chance to make it
Chris
far.
At least it's midway through. He's not.
It's really gonna depend how the next week or 2 play out. Then I'll be able to have a better sense. But he is in a fairly good position in the house.
Like, nobody hates him.
Nobody seems to be targeting him or we should get Chris NSYNC out.
Yeah.
There's not even people's backups in their mind are if anything, I'll just put Chris Kattan or Todd up. And he's not even one of those backup people that people are thinking
comments
of.
about Kattan and Todd just sleeping their way through and not, participating or doing anything.
Possible.
So I think he's doing okay.
He slipped up a little bit on the Mon Juan thing because he actually figured out what it was.
I feel like he shouldn't. This is just me overthinking on Chris's behalf, okay? Because Chris came in and he's like, I don't want people to know how much I know about the game, and I don't want people to know that I'm have good strategy and stuff, which I do think so far he does. I do think I've never been Chris, what the hell are you doing? So I do think he has some good strategy so far, and I do think that it's smart to not let on that you know a lot about the game. Although he has told some people, so I don't know if it's just out now, because he told Todrick because Todrick, when they were talking, Todrick was like, how much do you know about this game? And Chris was like, a lot. And he was like, okay, good, because I don't really know anything, so I need someone who knows things. So I feel like he's leveraged himself with Todrick and Misha to be like, I can tell you guys about the game, and that's why they want to work with him. Because they don't know a lot about it.
It's a smarter alliance, I feel.
Yes, because Misha's going to win a lot of shit, and I don't know about Todrick. Todrick is playing a very good game.
He's very good at keeping his mouth shut and not really
And Todrick also knows a lot about the game, so I feel like when he said that to Chris, he was lying, because Todrick obviously knows what he's doing. But anyways, whatever. Chris doesn't know that, so it's fine.
I feel like they vaguely know each other in real life. I think they were.
Todrick vaguely knows everyone.
True.
Okay.
And then, so Todrick is playing very well as well. But... So there's that. So then he was like, oh, I'm just going to act like I don't know a lot of things. And then I guess he figured out that the Mon Juan thing, he was like, hang on a second, this looks like it's Velcroed on. It doesn't look like it's attached to the bag like everything else. And if you look at it upside down, it says nom now. And he just said this out loud in front of people.
I was like, oh no.
And then they were like, oh, weird, blah, blah, blah. And then when that was the thing, they were all like, oh, Chris NSYNC figured that out. So now they're going to be like, oh, Chris is smart. He figured out the Mon Juan. They're like, son of a bitch, Chris, why'd you have to say it?
Yeah.
But obviously he also didn't know for sure that that's what it was.
Yeah.
Right.
Because then I don't think he would have said it.
I feel like Chris is a very good calculating person, so I think he's going to start watching a lot of things, and like he's very good at like.
He's a good observer.
And I do feel that he's done like he's had a decent social game in that like he's gone around and like been friends with everyone and like laughing it up with everyone and whatever, which is important because you need people to like you. Like the Todd thing about Chris hating him because he snores sounds so stupid, but it's a factor because in the end you're going to keep around people that you like versus people that you don't like, even if they're not in your alliance. Right? So even if you're on the opposite side of someone, you want to be a likable person so that when they're picking people to nominate who aren't in their alliance, they're not going to pick you. Right? So Chris is like in that alliance with Misha and Lamar and Todrick and whatever, but everyone hates Misha, kind of, or they're like scared of her. So they're always going to be going after her instead of Chris. Right? Like he's not going to be first on their list of people to go after.
Smart. All right, cool. It all sounds very exciting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how he does.
Yeah,
I think it could be.
I think he could do well. It's possible.
It's still early on to determine who's going to win, but I definitely don't think he's getting kicked out quickly.
Okay, that's
Whereas
good.
Howie,
Howie,
I
was trying to be nice.
Is that you tune in next week because love you, Howie, but no.
The preview didn't show a good thing either, like because they were doing the lift again.
the water lift.
I think it was his partner that fell over him.
Oh dear, ouchie, ouch.
Or maybe
It's not
a hard lift.
Okay,
it is a hard
keep in
lift.
mind, okay, the other people that he's up against. So there's Tyler Cameron, who's in his 20s.
True.
There's Corbin Blue, who's also like in early 30s, maybe.
Antonio Gates.
And then the other guy is Antonio Gates, who's a bit older, presumably, but also was an NFL football player.
Nice.
So in terms of physical brute strength, Howie is the oldest and the weakest.
Okay.
Okay, fair. Okay, I'll give Howie. Okay. Sorry, Howie.
You make very compelling arguments. Yeah, definitely.
Fair. I will take your points.
I will take your
points.
All right. So maybe people won't vote him out right away. I don't know.
We're at an hour 21. Is there any other things that we should mention before we wrap up?
No.
Just good luck, Howie and Chris.
Good luck, guys.
All right. Thanks for taking a break with us, guys.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.